Do I, 50 male, allow family that kicked me out at 18 back into my life? Wife, 48 female, thinks I should. Holy cow, never in my dreams would I have thought that I would be the guy posted on Reddit asking for advice. I normally tend to lurk and offer occasional advice. But this one might need external opinions from. Sorry if a bit too long. So little backstory. I'm a twin, and when I was born, I hadn't developed my lungs fully, so had to stay in the hospital for quite a while. Due to this, I had a lot of developmental and emotional issues. Dyslexia and anger issues. Now I don't know if this is the reason, but I believe so, that because of these issues, I was treated poorly by my family. Like I was somehow a burden on them. Not to say they were abusive, but the neglect I received was a lot. For an example, on our birthdays, I would ask for something and my brother would get it instead. One year asked for a boom box, not a big one but a smaller one, they were all the hit in the 80s, instead my brother got it. Christmas came around, asked for a remote-controlled car, brother got one, I was told due to funds had to wait till after first of the year. Never happened, so basically got nothing but clothes for Christmas. While my twin got toys. I tried for years to show I was as good as my brother. He was always good at school, while I of course struggled. In 6th grade, I worked hard, to make sure I got good grades, all B's. Which was good for me, and they said, "Oh nice, your brother got all A's." I think it was at this point I realized where I stood. I was just a roommate that they had to take care of, nothing more. So as a kid, I figured that if I can't get attention for positive things, then they'll do whatever, and if I get in trouble at least they would be forced to pay attention to me. Not the brightest idea, but when you're 11 to 12 years old, what do you expect? When I turned 18 shortly after graduating high school, I was met at the door with a bag of clothes. I was told that I had to go, that they did their job and I needed to leave. I asked what about my brother? They stated he was going to be somebody as he was going to college, where I struggled in school, so clearly I was going to be a bum. To tell you the truth, I was ready to go anyways. I already knew how they felt, so this didn't even bother me. I grabbed my bag, my mom tried to hug me, but I ignored it and walked out the door, never looking back. It took a while for me to get on my feet. Nowhere to go, no place to sleep, not a penny to my name. But I had some friends to rely on, at least temporarily. Fast forward a few years and I meet my wife while I was working at a gas station. We just clicked. Few years later we got married. We built a home together, something I never really had growing up. Back in 2005 we had a baby girl and 2 years later a boy. From my perspective my life is perfect. Family, home, a great job in IT. That was until yesterday. I received a phone call from my mom, telling me my dad passed away. And that she and the family would hope that I could make it to the funeral. Mind you, I don't know how she got my number, but probably from my brother, but I was shocked to say the least. I told her I was busy working, which I was 12-hour shifts are fun, lol, and would let her know later. She started to say something to the effect that they missed me and would like to be a part of my life or something like that, but I hung up. Kinda rude, I know, maybe even ish. But from my perspective I haven't heard a word from these people in 32 years. So why would I give them any more of my time? I told my wife, and although she knows about my family, she thought it would be the right thing to do. Seeing that my mom reached out to tell me, where she could have not told me, that they are family and probably feel bad and want to reconnect. Mind you, my wife has a big family and they've always treated me like family. So her view of family is different than mine. However, as far as I'm concerned, I already have my family. Those other people are former roommates. That I have no obligation to anyone but those who I care about and who care about me. Wife and kids. I get it, my wife loves me and is thinking of me and how I might regret not going. Just seems like they now know that dad is gone and life is short, so now guilt is creeping in and they don't want to die with that guilt. I mean, do I go at the wife's suggestion and be miserable being around people that I learned to let go of and not care about in order to look like a better person? Or do I stay home and continue to live my life, putting my own family first and ignoring those people? Guess asking those that have gone NC with their family if they let them back in, was it worth it? Or did it backfire in your face and something you wouldn't ever do again or suggest to others? Additional info. Mind you, I live in Florida and they probably all still in California. So that would be a long trip and not sure worth it. As far as my twin. We don't talk, not that we hate each other, we just walk different paths in life. I get/send the occasional Christmas card, but that's it. Unless some miracle has happened, my mom is probably still the self-centered person she's always been. She always wanted to be seen as the good person by family and friends. Update. Okay, first, holy crap, I didn't think my post would get so many comments. I tried my best to respond to as many comments as possible as they came in. But after signing out to cook dinner and spend time with the family, when I came back, there were hundreds of comments. So, although I didn't respond to each one, I did read them all. All 750 plus, even had to read some this morning. Second, thank you everyone for taking the time to read my post and then to take time out of your day to comment, share your story, post some kind words and even a few that were blunt about what I should do. Third, at the suggestion of so many of you, I sat with my wife, and we went through the comments together so she could get a better understanding of where I was coming from. Although some were a little brutal, she understood and apologized for overstepping. I reassured her that her heart was in the right place and nothing to be sorry for. Fourth, at the suggestion of someone who posted, "Sorry lost your name" in the vast comments, that I contact my brother. I did just that. Update time. Okay, folks, I hope you are ready for this shit show of karma that is about to unfold. Strap in and hold on. So I called my brother to talk to him. I asked him if he had time to talk, and he did. I asked him if he gave my number to his mom, and he mentioned he did. He thought it would be better to hear about our dad's death from mom than from him. I asked him why I would want to hear from someone who kicked me out at 18 and never heard from in 32 years. He was shocked. He told me that mom said that I could stay but I had to pay rent, but I told them I would never pay rent and left on my own. As others said in my op, narcissistic people do and say things to make it about them and make themselves look better. I can't really be surprised at this, to tell you the truth. This is exactly who she was back then and even now. Make me look like the bad apple in her / them as the ones who never do wrong. We had a good talk. Never getting that sibling/twin bond back, but we did agree to try and at least catch up more instead of Christmas cards and birthday messages. Like I said in my op, he's not a bad guy. We just walked different paths. So then I asked him why mom wants to reconnect and why she wants me at the funeral. You guys were right. Turns out that they spent everything they had, their entire lives, trying to live like the Joneses. Now that dad is gone, she has nothing to her name. No savings, just the small amount of SS per month and a small portion of my dad's pension. Living in a small trailer. They heard that I actually became somebody, and she was telling others that she couldn't wait to see me at the funeral. She was hoping I would bring my kids so she could see her grandchildren. She actually told my brother that I would be coming, WTF? And was hoping that we could fix our relationship. I'm guessing so that she could start asking for money. As many of you said she would do. Seeing she's dirt poor now. I informed him, after thinking about it, mostly listening to you guys, that I would not be attending, and at no time did I tell his mom I was coming. I feel bad dad is dead, but I already mourned them years ago. I'm at peace with myself, and his/her deaths are and will be no different than that of a stranger. That I feel it won't be for me if I go. It will be for his mom and making her look good. I'm not interested in doing anything for her. They wrote me off 32 years ago, and I'm in a way better place without her toxicity, narcissism, and lies. I have to give him credit. He wasn't a jerk about it. He understood where I was coming from. I told him, if anyone asks why I'm not there, to tell them the truth or lie. At this point in my life, my immediate family is more important than people who've been absent from my life for 32 years. So don't really care what he tells them. As far as his mom, I'll be staying NC and blocking the number that she called me from. My wife and I both agree that it's best for me and our family. Not only for mental reasons but for financial reasons. I didn't work as hard as I did, to get where I'm at, to lose it all to her. As some of you suggested, I'm gonna have a small goodbye for my dad on my own time. Again, thanks internet strangers. I never knew so many random people could be so nice and caring. This old guy truly thanks all of you.